There's a new federal lawsuit right now that raises a pretty serious question. What happens when Americans try to document their own government? Two women in Maine are suing the Department of Homeland Security and several of its immigration agencies. They say federal agents used surveillance technology on them, not because they broke the law, but because they were filming immigration operations in public. One of the women is named Colleen Fagan. She was sitting in her car recording agents making an arrest. When agents walked up to her, they scanned her face with a smartphone, and they appeared to record her license plate. She asked why they were taking her information, and one agent told her, "We have a nice little database, and now you're considered a domestic terrorist." Another woman named Eleanor Hilton says something similar happened to her. She was filming immigration agents during an operation outside of a Home Depot. Agents scanned her face and her vehicle. Then they told her if she kept showing up to observe operations like that, she could be placed on a domestic terrorist watch list. One of the agents even told her that they might show up at her house later that night. The lawsuit argues that something bigger is happening here. It says that agents are using surveillance tools, things like facial recognition software and license plate scanning apps, and they're using them to identify people who are simply observing immigration raids, and then store that information inside government systems. But legally speaking, filming law enforcement in public is protected under the First Amendment. Courts have ruled for years that Americans have the right to observe and record government officials in public spaces. The lawsuit also says that this isn't just happening in Maine. Observers in other cities say that agents photographed them, tracked their cars, or even followed them to their home. Now a federal court is being asked to decide something very important. Can the government collect and store personal data about Americans just for watching what it does in public? Because if exercising your constitutional rights gets you labeled as a domestic terrorist, a lot of people might think twice before documenting their own government at all.